God. I think
All right, you guys can hear me. I'm just seeing how sensitive the mic is being and picking up sounds. But happy Wednesday! How's everybody doing? Are you guys having a great Wednesday? Hello, hello. Hi, Jim. How are you? I can hear.
Do you need a drink?
Sorry, the hubby came in to talk to me about some stuff. But yeah, so we are going to continue painting our Warhammer Tyranid. I finished up that last one. I just realized I had this guy like hanging out here. Just hanging out. That I never really finished up. So we could actually, let's use the colors we have here to like finish him up, so we can be like, we're done with him besides doing the basic. And we're gonna do his basic a little different, because these guys, the other night was like, oh, I'm not gonna base all them, so I don't have to worry about that. And then here, there you go. If you can see like where the crackling is, it's just showing like nothing but gray under it, so it doesn't quite do what I wanted to do. So I remember like you just kind of want to paint the whole thing overall red, and like the crackling, and then you can still add like the cool like what's darker and lighter effects. And it's, oh, if you want to make it better, you definitely do some dry brushing, and that can help a lot too. But anyway, happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing this fine Wednesday? Is your Wednesday going? Give me a second. I'm muted. I'm muted. Thank you, Joyce. That's what I said. Thank you. I appreciate you just lurking. Every lurk means a lot to me. What I was talking about? I was talking about salty. This is my favorite flavor, which is cherry chill. And I love juice. So I love juice. And what's nice about this is that it makes me think I'm drinking juice without drinking juice. And it has potassium, magnesium in it, sodium, and it has a lot for a bang for your buck. So like, especially if you're working out, it doesn't have, it's very like low on calories. So if you're not working out like me, like I do work out once in a while, but if you're like sitting here painting and all that stuff and you want to get your electrolytes and not worry about the calories too much, I will recommend salty anytime because it's like what what does it say? I can literally look right here. Calories is 0, and then total carbs is less than 1 gram. And which, you know, if you're sitting here and you're just drinking and you just want something to drink, that's great. Or if you're trying to lose weight and you want your electrolytes and you don't want to add more carbs, it's great because negative carbs will make you lose weight. So I will recommend salty to the day I die. I even recommend salty to my friends and family. It's delicious and it's great and I love it. And like I don't pour much. Like they're still in here. I'm still working through this little pack. I pour like 1/4 to half. It just depends on my mood and I just sip it. I will have to say I wish I had salty during my pregnancy. It would have made pregnancy so much easier. But welcome everybody. How are you guys doing? That was my little affiliation with salty. So if you do want to check them out, give them a try. I love their stuff. So we are getting into continue painting our Tyranids and making our journey to getting these Tyranids done. I will not be streaming on Friday or Saturday. If I do a bonus stream on Saturday, I will not be streaming on Friday because I have some personal things in my life I need to handle, and so I won't be here on Friday, just to give you guys a heads up. And if I am here, that's surprising. It's surprising. It means everything ended early. So we'll see what happens. Helda is doing well, just to let you guys know. She is getting better. So what's questioning is that I picked royal-free music and it's going down not a royal-free list, which is not good for YouTube because it will mute all my words and stuff like that. So let's find an actual better one. There we go. Even though the music was great, but yeah. Okay, so let me whoop. There we go. And also to let you guys know, I am live on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok at the same time. And I want to thank everybody. I hit 200 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate it a lot. All right. Just hitting that button. I'm like, why do I have 2 lens caps? And now I remember it's because I have 2 cameras that I had to take the lens cap off of. All right, so let's paint this guy up right here a little bit. Let's open up my palette. Ta-da! So over here, I have a big, thick palette. I feel like, you know what? Let me change that. That's gross. That's gross. Change this out. Hi, Ginger. How are you? Honey? Where's the rat? Do you have all my channels up? Okay. Alrighty then. Oh, I need to get a new thing on it. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Thank you, TJ Howie. Right, Howie? Thank you for the or then the follow. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. How are you? Give me one moment. I need to handle my my wet palette. I gotta get like the top layer wet again real quick. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Did you guys miss me? All right. You know, you expect me to have all this stuff done prior to the stream, but I don't. I don't always. Just because I'm always running late. Why are you always running late? I have other priorities in my life. All right. So we said we're gonna like work on this guy a little bit and make him pop a bit. So I have ideas here. These are the colors we're going to choose, which some of them I have used and not. Right now, these are the paints I picked are all TT Combat paints. If you guys are curious how I feel about them, I'm pretty like neutral about them. They do have some unique colors, which are great and nice. And some of them are super, 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 super vibrant, which is great. Which is great. The only thing is like, they're not always consistent. I'm not a fan of their metallics and their shades. So their regular paints are good. Definitely mixing them well helps a lot. Okay, so I have an idea. We're gonna take this Sports Car Red. That's a name. Sports Car Red. Sports Car Red. What's nice about these paints is that they do have a pill bottle lock. What I mean is that you have to like push on them, especially to open them, which is great if you have kids. And they really try to focus on making sure like when you shut it, like they don't dry out and stuff. Yes, I've never used this color in the thing. Like they dried out after I was saying that. But if you have kids, you don't have to worry about them getting into your paints because it's child lock. Some of them I can't even open. Which is nice. Don't have to worry about your kids getting all over. Am I the only one that can only hear? Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you, TikTok. I got you. That is on my... It's my fault. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now on TikTok? That was my fault. I messed up and forgot. So there was an update with my, what's it called? An update on, an update on my wave program, and I forgot that I had to do all this. Always after an update, there's a bunch of like changes that you have to deal with, and I forgot about all of them. I thought I captured all of them, but I guess I didn't. So, but Ross, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me on TikTok now? It's showing that my mic is working on TikTok. Drop emojis if you can hear me now. I'll take that as a no one can hear me. So you guys can see my painting hands a little bit better. Oopsies. Gotta get those Pokemon. I was gonna ask the hubby to do a mic check for me. But he is currently not there at the moment. Let's rotate this guy. I'll make sure it's dry right there before I put my pinky. Up. So, what is everyone working on tonight in their painting journey? Anything at all are you guys working on in your painting journey? I just like turned down the music for TikTok because I don't know if it's too loud or what's going on there. I don't have the patience to paint. Anything? You don't paint anything? It's not for you? Do you prefer just to smash everything? There's some people that like, I like Warhammer, but I don't like painting. So I just buy my army, pre-painted armies, which is fine. When you think about it, sometimes can be a lot easier. It's sometimes more expensive, but it can be easier in getting to playing more quicker. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I like Smashing, but I don't even have miniatures for my D&D games. Wait, how do you play D&D games and you don't have miniatures? Are you just using your friends' miniatures? Tokens. So what? You take a token and go, this is my half human, half elf, 1/4. Don't question the math. 1/4 vampire who cannot be defeated and goes Hulk smashes. And it's just like a little like that. Oh, I love it. It's creative. It's creative. Mm. But yeah. All right, getting that mic check on TikTok. Mic check on TikTok. Mic check on TikTok. Mic check. Mic check on TikTok. Okay, I can hear myself. Yep, you can hear me on TikTok now. That without a problem.
Did you get brew room meds today?
No.
Okay.
There we go. So it looks better on TikTok. Nice to see another member of the Hive. I'm not a member of the Hive. I bought the box because the figurines were pretty, and now I'm painting them to look pretty. That's what it's really coming down to. Because the only good bug is a dead bug. I always, every week, Space Trooper. So they did come out with like a Space Trooper game like over a year ago, and it was in beta, and it was fun to play, and I enjoyed it. And then I took a break, and then got back to playing it one night, and it was miserable. I was just like, the game is no fun anymore. Like, they changed some stuff, which is fine, of course, but it was just miserable playing, and I was just like, okay, I'm done. I like played like 2 matches. I was like, this is horrible. This was like super fun to play when it first came out, and now it sucks. Like, they did some updates and changes, and it's just like, you guys didn't go the right way. You went the wrong way. Which, you know, it happens. it happens. You guys need a quality. I was skeptical. I still haven't played it. Yeah, it was great when it first came out. The only downfall is it didn't have a lot, but it was very enjoyable. And then I took a break and came back, and then they changed it up, and it was just miserable to play. And it also was having like all these issues from like one of the updates. And like, you know, I read the forum, hi Ray, and realized that people were like, you're not the only one. Like, the game was crashing, it was acting up. Like, my first game, I went in and I was frozen. Like, I couldn't even play because it was acting up, and I was just like, I can't move. I am stuck in a visible box here. Is this like The Sims, that like you use a mod and stuff and you like, you're stuck in the room and you just die? That's literally what happened to me, and it sucked. It was miserable, and I had to get out of the game and restart the game. And then I played a couple other matches, and I was just like, man, why is this just not as fun as it was? And they definitely like changed up the gameplay a bit, but it was just miserable. I haven't got back to it. I was just like, you guys gotta fix yourself. I almost did that on Monday, playing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth on PC. I almost was like, nope, we're done playing this until you guys fix up the bugs and the issues. And it's just like, you know, in the IT industry, it's so many people, like, the number one thing why a lot of games fail is that they fail at testing. They fail at producing a quality game. They, you know, and me also being in the industry as a, you know, quality insurance person, testing person, some of it is like, they do testing, but they hire shitty testers because they skim out paying some testers the quality money that they deserve to get the quality testers, you know. And I will have to say, I've met some testers that are just not the best, but it's just interesting. It's just totally interesting. And it's just like, if you can pick a quality person that's quality at their job, they can give you the quality product, help you get that quality product that you want to launch. So, but that's just my thoughts. And I know a lot of it, they're switching to like automation testing, but there's certain things that automation testing cannot look for. They may be able to do like more functionality testing and make it quicker and easier, but the actual experience and seeing what can be improved, that's gonna be a while. Unless you have like an AI doing it, which they'll probably get to pretty quicker than those words coming out of my mouth. Yeah, because they care. They're not trying to just get the game out there. And you expect like AAA games to have like the funding for it. But that's why at the same time you have these indie games that come out that are crushing the market. And people are loving them. But it's also, for me, like movies, it's just the same thing over and over again. You know, you're at this point, it's just like the same thing, and it's just like, this is annoying. Do something better. Pick up, be creative. I feel like people being creative and out of the box, it's not really out there anymore. I feel like people just, personally, just don't want to think. So, I get that. Some days I don't want to think either. Gosh, thinking's hard. Who agrees with me? Thinking can be hard sometimes. Poke catch. Gotta catch them Pokemon. I definitely feel like us going in and adding those, like, these highlights, even though it's not like a general like transition, it's giving a little bit more to the model, and that's what we're looking for. Just a little bit more, you know. Because I think this is the model that we took contrast paints and we mixed them with no oil to see how they would look and act. And our conclusion was it just made excuse me, made the color darker, which is nice because sometimes you want the same, how the contrast paint works, but just a little darker. Mwah! Thank you guys for the likes. How are you guys? How are you guys doing? Get those Pokemon. Get them Pokemon. So let's get a good view of the model right now. So I don't know. You can see this one doesn't zoom up enough. I can move it up forward to it. Okay. You can see like the little details in the red. From Sports Car Red. That's a name, right? It looks nice. I definitely like kind of like, it doesn't look bad, but it is bad. Remember, there's no mistakes, only new opportunities when it comes to painting. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. So you always take your mistakes and turn them into new opportunities. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. That's our painting journey. All right, now it's time to go to the other side of this guy. And I have all these like little nibs here waiting to get painted. And these are the colors I picked out for them. And each one would be unique and different in some form or way. I'm nerdy. Way into animes. Oh, which animes are you into, Cosme? I'm into animes a lot. My husband didn't. He watched anime, but like Dragon Ball Z. But he wasn't into anime like I was, and then I brought him into the world. And Gundam. Yeah.
This Pokemon Pokemon count as anime?
Yes, Pokemon does count as anime. He's into the very general that most people watched in the 90s. But not into like the, you know, you're really into it. You stay up and watch, what's it called? Adult Swim.
Oh, guess what movie has a higher rating than the new,
Excuse me, what?
Guess what movie has a higher rating than the new Snow White?
What does?
Remember that really, really bad live action Dragon Ball Z movie?
No.
With the white kid as Goku?
Mm-mm.
It was like horrible. But it has a higher rating than...
Oh my goodness. Oh, how was it, Ross? How was that? My husband was talking about how there was a live action like Dragon Ball Z they made that was really, really bad that has a higher rating than the new Snow White movie. Bah! My hair's in my mouth. Fantastic, great fighting scenes and a lot of comedy. That's definitely up my husband's alley. I've been watching Happily Married on Netflix, and then I was on Crunchyroll watching something about a bartender. I forgot what it was called. It was really good. It was very like it was good. I think I finished the episodes and I had to wait another week for the next episodes, and I'm the type of person like I will pause and wait for 5 episodes to come back and then I'll watch you again. Type of person. Because I like to binge watch things. Hi, Alex. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I got positive news in my life, which was great. I got a nice raise today, and then I was reading the paperwork, and he said something on there. He said promotion. I was just like, wait, did I get promoted? So I have to message my boss and be like, did I get promoted? I don't know why I got promoted too. Besides, I would be like, I'm not a lead, but senior. I don't know, because I have enough experience to be senior level, but. And if he did do that, I'm getting underpaid for my position. Not too sure. I will have to ask. Or that was just a boo-boo in his thingy. But I was like expecting like the standard 2% raise. And I saw more than that, and I was like, I was surprised. He's like, yeah, we don't want to lose you. You're really good at your job. I was like, this shows it. This shows it. Great work provides reward sometimes. Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, I've been with companies where like I got promoted one time, and I was like, hey, I got promoted. Doesn't this come with a raise? They're like, oh, yeah, it does. It does. And if I didn't say anything, they wouldn't have gave it to me. And then because I got promoted, the person under me got promoted. And she's like, did you get a raise? I was like, yeah, I had to ask for it. So I've been with companies that, you know, you're doing amazing and they won't treat you amazing. And I'm lucky. I'm at a company where they treat me well, and they're like, we don't want to lose you. You're good at your position. You're good at what you do, you know. And he's a good boss. Like I have a good boss and stuff like that. So, and I'll have to tell you, it doesn't make you want to leave, you know, the job. It's like, okay, cool. They're treating me well. I want to keep treating them well and stuff. And I feel like not a lot of people can say that about their jobs. So I'm blessed after all the bullshit jobs I've been through. I like that. It happens like that. I was overlooked by someone because he was the boss's friend's husband. Yes. Yeah, that does happen. And it was interesting. I was talking to my boss, and I was just like, how do they hire some of these people? And they go, they're just trying to fill the spot instead of hiring quality people. And I go, but that hurts everybody. And I was just and I knew way more than, and he was unqualified. Yeah, no, some people, they'll hire their friend over hiring some people. And you also talk to some people that they're like, oh, you don't have something. And I go, what was it? A guy reached out to he was like, oh, hey, I saw you, blah, blah, blah. I'm a recruiter. I'd like you to interview for this position. I think it'd be good for you. I'm like, sure. Because it never hurts. Like, as I said, even though you're happy with your job, you might not be looking. It doesn't hurt to see what might be out there that might fall in your lap, or just practicing interviewing. It does not hurt to practice once in a while interviewing, you know? That's why I was like, yeah. And so I took it. And the guy, he was just amazed by all my answers. And he goes, I'm really sorry, but they're not going to proceed with the next interview because you don't have one thing. And I was like, okay, that's fine. He's like, it's stupid. It's not like you can't get it while you're here. You know, and it's just because they don't want to pay for me to get the certification. That's all what it came down to. I feel like there's a lot of people, like, I feel like sometimes the most quietest people are usually, can sometimes be the smartest. Yeah, they hate paying for certifications. I know. And the thing is, the certification that they're asking for is something that you have to renew yearly, and it's about $200 to $350. And because I'm not in that software anymore, I go, I'm not paying for this. Like, yeah, I have experience in it, and if a company wants me and they want that, they will pay for me to get the certification, you know, or renew it or re-get it. So, but I was like, they're missing out, and I felt like the recruiter felt the same way, like they're missing out on someone good. And it doesn't mean I was gonna take the job, you know, because sometimes even where I'm at, I get paid well. I get paid decently. Would I ask for more money? Hell yeah. Am I getting paid? I'm getting paid a little below I'm supposed to be getting paid right now, but I get the people I work with, I'm like, there's some sacrifices. I don't have to go in the office. They don't complain about my children screaming in the background. You know, and they're very sweet. Like, you tell them, like, hey, I'm burnt out. I need to take today off. I need some time for myself. And they go take it. Or, like, there's something coming up and you already had plans for something that you planned 3 months ahead. And then they go, oh, go on your vacation. Go hang out with your family. Go do that. We'll figure everything out here. Don't worry about it. We'll pick up the slack. And which is great. I have that amazing team. And yeah, people don't leave bad jobs. They leave bad bosses. That is true. And sometimes, like, depending on the company and how big it is, it can affect what some bosses can do. Like, you might have amazing bosses and be like, I want to give you more, but, and I fought for it, but they won't allow me. And that's where some people are in that predicament, so it makes it a little harder. And yeah, I played Space Marines, but not Space Wolves, but their armor has mixed marks and it looks so good. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I don't want to sit there and scrap all the Space Wolf stuff off the armor, and I freaking might have to. You know what? You do what's best for you and the army that you want to play. And I know, like, putting in the work, you could maybe just paint over the marks. But that might be too much buildable paint. Yes, always like, Alex, I understand that. Like me, I'm constantly like, guys, you guys can criticize me because they're always complimenting me. I'm like, because I will find my flaws of how I can do better in my work. And I did that. And then we had a tester meeting to make sure everyone's doing stuff correctly. And then I was like, oh, you guys should also, they're like, oh my goodness, we're like so overwhelmed, you know, when we have to do this stuff. I go, well, you wouldn't be if you do this, this, and this, and this. And you expect what your people on your team should be doing to be able to, so you don't feel so overwhelmed and things can get done correctly. I'm a quality insurance engineer, so I test software and make sure the software is quality and not poopy. That's why, like, it sucks when a new game comes out. My husband hates watching me play new games or play with him because I will obsess. You gotta break it more. You gotta break it more. I know. So I don't know if you guys seen the TikToker where they have a software that they do something, but they just make funny videos. And it's like, he talks about the QA and it's a cup. And the developer's like, please be gentle. And he's like, oh, I will. And he has a hammer and goes, like that. And he goes, it's broken. And I go, that's our job. That's literally what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to think of every possible scenario of how this can break. And if testers are not doing the proper, and this is turning into like IT stuff, sorry, instead of Warhammer stuff, are not doing their proper, like, looking into the client's paperwork, looking into the stories, looking at what the client wants and all that stuff, and then thinking about scenarios of like, how could this break? How is a user going to use that? And if you're just doing the base functionality testing, which is basically just like making sure the functionality is working with everything and not going into all the other little details, there's going to be issues. And from my company, they're showing me, and the people I work with, they tell me, they're like, a lot of quality insurance people don't do that. And that's why everything is broken with Microsoft. But also, a lot of companies, testers are luxury. Especially quality is a super luxury. So, yeah. But no one takes your advice to help each other. Oh, they do. Every job is damn near the same. It is almost, it's almost very similar in all the stuff. Testers are all about your business. Yeah. And there's a lot to it. And people just think it's like you just this is what what we run into is a lot of testers, they think it's create the test case that goes with the user story and that has the ACs, and that's it. That's all. And then test it and make sure it doesn't fail. But there's always more to it. Like, you gotta ask questions to make sure the ACs make sense, because sometimes, like, the ACs, you're going, the user story talks about this security role, but you guys don't mention in the AC. Does this actually apply, or is it for, like, what's happening here? You know, it's more that people realize what comes from a tester, and especially a quality tester. They will ask questions beyond what you think, and be involved. They just, like, a lazy, your typical normal tester will just stay quiet and just, once everything is pushed to the environment, we'll test it. We just got testers when these people a couple weeks ago visited our warehouse, and they got better. Yes, that's awesome. But you need testers in multiple situations, not like, or also like, why they're called quality insurance engineers, or quality there's another term for it, is because they're also trying, like, their job is not just to test, their job is also to make sure they're finding ways to improve it and that they're delivering. How did I get into testing? So I have a master's degree in quality control. There you go. Thank you. That's different. That's making sure, quality control is making sure everything is giving the same quality, as quality insurance is making sure this one product is the quality that they want. Anyway, so how did I get into testing? I studied what was it? So my bachelor's was in, I can't remember, was computer informational systems. So it was a very BA, business analyst route that I was going for. Then my last year in it, I got into a UAT testing class, and I fell in love. And the teacher, you know what the teacher told me? He's like, don't go into testing. You'll suck at it. It's too hot. Why is it doing this? It's been doing this a lot. And it's only doing it up here. I don't know. Is it because there's nowhere for the... It's only on Wednesdays we're having this. I need to figure out where it's not releasing the heat. All right, we're gonna let it sit for a little bit and cool off, and then we'll get back into paint. It's having a ventilation issue, which it's only been having on Wednesday. It's the last Wednesday I had this issue, and this Wednesday, because I could have it running for the same amount of time while Sabrina is there, and I'm trying to figure out what's the difference. Last time it was because I had a memory card in there, and there's no memory card in there right now. And I'm just going, is there, because it's a little more boxed in, definitely, and there's a lot more lights near it, and it's not low to the ground. So I'm just going, this camera is not having any issues, but I'm trying to figure out why this one is. It is a newer camera, but also, is it because the lens I'm using, because I'm using a different lens than it. It might be the lights. It might not be. I can turn off one light. See if that makes a difference. Anyway, so how I got into it. So I took that class. I fell in love with it. Got my master's degree in project management in IT, and because that was my goal, I wanted to actually be a project manager and all that stuff. That was like what I wanted to head for. And then just after just applying for jobs, I just got directed into testing, and that's what I did, and I fell in love with it. And I was good at it. And I was offered multiple opportunities to become a business analyst, because I was good at it too, because they're usually from QA, you go into the business analyst role. But I I was like, no, I like being a quality. I like testing. I like testing software. So, all right, I'm playing one more game of golf. Awesome. Before bed. Hopefully I see you again soon. Yes, I will be back on Monday. I will not be on Friday. I have other things going on this week. But you're studying, I'm currently studying cybersecurity. So you're probably not going to you're probably going to have to do some testing, definitely, being in cybersecurity and stuff. But you're going to be testing more security stuff and probably network things. And it's similar, but it's going to be different. But everything I'm talking about, like, you have to think of, how can someone break this? And so the number one thing people don't talk about in security is having quality insurance, having quality security lowers usability, and trying to find a balance between usability and also when it comes to the government, 508 compliances. So trying to find in between that's 508 compliant and secure can be hard. Because more secure it is less user friendly. And my biggest advice that I was giving as a tester, and think, especially when it came to like creating user scripts and stuff like that, is write them as if the person doesn't even know how to use a computer. Which some people find testing wise annoying. Like, why are you writing them in such details? It's because some people do not know how to turn on and off a computer, or how to unplug it and plug it back in. Why do you think? That is the first rule to making sure things are right, that it's plugged in. And what's funny is people are expecting, the newer generations better at technology. They're really not. It's just because it's in front of them, but they don't understand how it actually performs and works and behind it and all of that. So they may be able to use it a little quicker-ish, but not really. Because they won't be able to think of how this system, it can be similar to other systems. Uh-oh, I just realized you guys can't see the miniature that I'm painting. So... yeah, has no clue how it works. It's kind of like, you know how to operate a car, but you don't know how it runs. Which is like the sad part. I think there's some good of understanding how cars work, like understanding the concept behind it, instead of it should just work. Yeah, I feel that. And I also feel like a number one thing is that people are not curious of how things are. And I feel like the people who are curious, they're like, you know, they ask questions to somebody and they're like, just Google it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Though I failed IT in high school because it was stuff I had been doing for years and bored. Yeah, because they don't give you the good stuff. I'm telling you, because I turned off that light, it's hard to read this model. The first bit of final classwork makes me... Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, there's some people that... So you have to understand if... Because we grew up in a similar generation. Is that some people didn't have computers or those basic skills. I'm not lying. I've seen people we've hired who can't even format an email. So, yes, those skills should be required, but I feel like they also should give kids the opportunity, like if they can do all that stuff, to do other things, you know? But like that, the fun, like I don't think that is IT in high school. To me, that's more your basic functionality. And also, it's forcing you to use Word. Maybe you don't like Word. Maybe you don't like Microsoft and you don't want to support the Microsoft product. You want to use a different product. Why can't you use a different product? And I'm not saying that you have to use Google Drives. Maybe you want to use something else. Yeah. Fucking kidding me, right? I gotta figure out why the camera is running hot. See, and now I'm gonna start the Googling session. A lot of people are self-taught these days. It's cheaper than going to college. I'm hoping the camera cooled down a bit. Still say it's hot. Huh?
I said I could leave the room if you want. That would probably fix it.
Oh, very funny. So my husband just said if I leave the room, we can probably fix it. It's not annoying. Just gotta deal with things sometimes and how they are. Well, it's starting to cool down a bit. So I moved, so it has a screen that you can lift up and move. So I moved the screen off of it because it might have been the screen was getting too hot, and then everything else, like the components and the camera and the screen laying on top of that, can produce a lot of heat. Because I think in the past I've always like lifted it up and turned it so I could like peek and see that it's aimed correctly, and it seemed like that might be working. All right, so we got that done. No, because I have to get to bed. Hey, honey.
Yes.
Can I get some water, please?
Yes, you can. Air conditioning?
Huh?
Air conditioning?
No.
Okay.
Why? It's not hot in here.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, I'm leaving, so yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey.
I definitely feel like adding that red is giving the pop it needs. I think I'm gonna add this blueberry blue in the creases right there, just to give it something. Ooh, I actually have to go use the restroom, so I'm gonna be right back, guys. Alright guys, I am back. She's sitting on the potty. Alright, so I think we're going to stream for a little bit longer. And then we're gonna call it a night. Just because I have other things I want to do. I'm gonna look at this guy and think of an idea that we want to go with. Alright, I have an idea. So I have this color that we're going to use. Black and bone always looks amazing. Yeah, but my bugs are all unique, so no. There we go. Paint does not want to come out. Never thought I would love a flat-headed paintbrush so much. So I'm going to use this brown color. To a raw paint him. That's such a pretty color. So gorgeous.
Body link.
That's pretty. I like that color. I like it a lot. Look a catch. As I said, the TT Combat paint has a lot of pretty colors. Gosh, Jim, be Pacific. Figure out what you want to buy. I will have to say, I am loving this color. Sorry, I'm in the focus mode of painting. You know, when you just like focus up and you're just like, I'm into the paint. You know? That is what's happening here. I didn't do anything wrong. I just pointed out the facts. Pointed out the facts. So, Jim, who do you think we should raid tonight? Should we raid Papa or Grim? Or a Warhammer fella person? This is your decision, Jim. You are the decider of this. I say another Warhammer person. All right. We will do that. I'm going to do this one arm real quick. All right. So this is what it's looking like. It looks pretty. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, so I said we were gonna get off a little bit early tonight, just because there's things that I need to get done before bed around the house. So I'm gonna thank you guys all for hanging out with us. I will not be on Friday. I will be on Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Will I be 15 minutes late? Highly possible. Highly possible I will be 15 minutes late. But that's just because I have things going on. But just to let you guys know, yeah, I know the camera overheated just right at the end, but that's okay. Just to let you guys know, I am live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all at the same time. If you guys can follow those other channels, it's all Genie Town. I would appreciate very much. So you guys can help support the channel and everything like that. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, subbing, following, any gifts or bits and any likes that you guys do. It means a lot to me, and I hopefully see you guys Monday. If you are with me on Twitch, we are going to go raid somebody. Who are we going to raid? I don't know. We said we're going to raid another person. I'm looking here. To figure out. They really updated this raiding thing. Should we raid somebody who doesn't have a lot of people following? Or, you know what? Let's do this. This one is playing with the Emperor's Children. We are going to raid them. Let's go raid them. Even though we're a small group of people, let's go raid them. 5 views. Let's give these people some more views. And here we go. And let's go in. Everyone have a wonderful day.